Welcome to the first semester entry webinar. In this webinar, we will cover how to apply to the Honors College as a first semester, first year UGA student. Here's an overview of what we will be covering in this webinar. First, we'll cover the basics about first semester entry and the eligibility requirements. Next, we'll provide an overview of the Moorhead Honors College, as well as the requirements once students are admitted. After that, we'll cover how to apply to the Honors College through first semester entry, as well as some tips that will help you along the way. Lastly, we'll provide information about honors resources that are available to all UGA students. Let's start with first semester entry basics. First semester entry is the pathway through which first semester, first year UGA students may apply to the Honors College. Here are a few things to note about first semester entry. First semester entry is the final application pathway into the Honors College. There is not another opportunity to apply to the Honors College after your first semester. Second, it evaluates UGA grades plus your high school experience. We will read your honors application as well as your Common App. Third, you must apply in your first semester. So if you entered UGA in the fall semester, you will apply through the fall first semester entry application process. If you entered UGA in the spring semester, you can apply through the spring first semester entry application process. It is also important to note that students who were admitted to UGA through the transfer application pathway are not eligible to apply for first semester entry. There is a separate transfer application process that is detailed on our website. Two additional eligibility requirements are the first semester course load requirement and the GPA requirement. To be eligible for consideration, applicants must be taking a first semester course load with at least 14 credit hours that are graded on an A through F scale. Pass-fail courses will not count toward the minimum 14 credit hour requirement. You can check the grading system for your courses via the UGA Bulletin Course Search, which we will link at the end of the presentation. Please note that this requirement is for your first semester course load and only factors credit hours for courses you are currently taking. It does not count previously earned credit hours. Applicants must also earn a minimum 3.8 UGA GPA at the end of the first semester for continued consideration. While you will not know your final GPA before applying, this requirement is important to keep in mind during your first semester, as academic performance is the foundation of our review process. If you predict having a cumulative GPA of 3.8 or higher by the end of the semester, we encourage you to complete the honors application. Our office will double-check your GPA when grades are posted. Applicants who do not meet the GPA requirement will not be considered. The UGA GPA only includes grades earned in UGA courses. It does not include credits earned from AP classes or dual enrollment, unless the dual enrollment or summer classes were taken at UGA. Please note that meeting these minimum requirements does not guarantee acceptance to the Moorhead Honors College. Like our other application pathways, Honors first semester entry is a selective application process. About the Honors College. The Moorhead Honors College aims to create a small liberal arts college experience within a major research university setting. We do that through creating a culture of community, opportunity, and support. The Honors College serves less than 3,000 students from all undergraduate serving colleges across the university. One way that we create community is through our small honors classes. Honors classes have an average class size of 15 to 16 students, offering a great opportunity to foster meaningful connections with faculty and engage in discussion-based classroom environments. Honors classes will be the equivalent of a regular UGA course, so you can still take honors classes that count toward your degree. Another way that honors students stay connected is through honors events and programming hosted by our Honors Student Council. The Honors Student Council is always putting on fun events for honors students, ranging from dinners with the dean to annual semi-formals in the spring to little things like book swaps and ice cream socials throughout the year. The Honors Student Council also hosts a peer mentoring program where first and second year honors students can sign up to be paired with a third or fourth year honors student who has a similar major or career goal. There are also many opportunities to connect with faculty outside of the classroom through our regular lunchbox lectures and faculty-led book discussion groups. The Honors College offers many unique opportunities for its students. Honors students may apply for our Honors Internship program. Honors in Washington sends 16 students to Washington, D.C. each summer. Those students may intern with congressional offices or do internships with other organizations, such as accounting firms, government agencies, or research organizations like the National Institute of Health. Students choose their internship for this program, so there are many options. For students interested in health policy, public health, or healthcare administration, the Honors in New York internship is a great opportunity. 2 students are placed with the Greater New York Hospital Association each summer through this internship. The Honors in Savannah internship is excellent for students interested in public interest law. Through this internship, 1 student is selected to intern with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Georgia each summer. Honors students may also apply for several different scholarships. The Honors International Scholars Program is a scholarship that can be used towards study abroad programs or other international opportunities, such as internships, public service projects, or research. This scholarship awards $2,500 to $5,000 to roughly 80 to 100 honors students each year. The Domestic Experiential Learning Scholarship is a scholarship that supports students pursuing an experiential learning opportunity within the U.S. The Honors College also values leadership and service. Honors sponsors several service organizations, and many honors students get involved in the community through these organizations. Honors students are also leaders across campus, and there are plenty of opportunities to lead within the Honors College by applying to be an honors ambassador, teaching assistant, or serving on the Honors Student Council. In the Honors College, we aim to ensure our students feel very supported. One way we offer support is through early registration. Honors students receive priority registration for their classes after their first semester in the Honors College. Each honors student also has an honors advisor that they can go to if they have questions about honors courses or graduation requirements. Depending on your major, your honors advisor may serve as your primary academic advisor as well. The Honors College has dedicated professional development advising staff who offer workshops and one-on-one advising. These staff members help students polish up their resumes, provide advice on writing personal statements for grad or med school applications, and conduct mock interviews. Whether students are preparing to graduate and enter the job market, are applying to a graduate or professional program, or are applying for a competitive internship opportunity, our staff is a great resource and will support them along the way. In this slide, we will cover requirements for honors students once they're admitted to the Honors College. Every honors student must take the Introduction to Honors seminar during their first year in the Honors College. This 1 credit hour course essentially serves as an orientation to honors. We will discuss what is covered in this seminar in the next slide. In addition to the Introduction to Honors seminar, students must take 9 honors courses during their time here at UGA. Usually, students take 1 or 2 honors courses per semester to fulfill this requirement before they graduate. Most honors courses can be earned through the honors suffix courses, which are those small discussion-based courses we mentioned earlier. But there are other ways to earn honors course credit as well. Through honors option, you can work with your professor in an upper level class and complete an extra paper, project, or other assignment to earn honors credit for that course. You can also earn honors credit through graduate level courses and Curo research courses that are 2 or more credit hours. Of your 9 honors courses, at least 3 of them must be an upper level course, meaning they are 3000 level or higher. In addition to the course requirements, honors students must maintain a 3.4 cumulative UGA GPA to remain in good standing. The Introduction to Honors Seminar is a 1 credit hour course that meets 1 day a week and is facilitated by an honors teaching assistant. An honors teaching assistant is a current honors student who's been selected and trained to facilitate these courses. The Introduction to Honors Seminar has a few different goals. The first is to build community. This is a small class made up of only other honors students who are in their first semester in the Honors College. So it's a great opportunity to connect with honors students right away. Your honors teaching assistant also serves as a built-in peer mentor, and they're a great resource if you have any questions. This course will also explore the different engagement opportunities and resources within honors and across UGA. The course will cover honors scholarship and internship opportunities, research opportunities, and similar. You will learn how to apply, how to get involved, what the timeline looks like, and all the information you need to know so you don't miss out on any opportunities. The course also helps develop and improve professional skills within and outside the academic realm. You will polish up your resume, practice interview skills, and learn how to reach out to a professor if you're interested in doing research with them. Lastly, this course will cover all the things you need to know as an honors student, including what's expected of you and what's required to graduate with honors. The Introduction to Honors Seminar incorporates a good amount of active learning, goal setting, and reflection so that it's meaningful to you. This class gives you a great foundation and allows you an opportunity to think about your future goals, how all of the tools and resources available here at UGA tie into those goals, and how you can use them to your advantage. In the next section, we will cover how to apply to the Honors College. The fall first semester entry application opens in early November and is posted on our website. The spring first semester entry application for students who started at UGA in the spring opens in late March. Both applications will close on the respective reading day for that semester. All materials are due on that day by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. First semester entry decisions will be released via email prior to the start of the next semester. To access the application, you can scan the QR code on this page or follow the navigation instructions to our first semester entry page, where you'll be able to scroll to the bottom and click on the red Apply Now button. Here's what you'll need to apply. You'll need your completed application, including the required questions and 3 essays. In addition, you'll need 1 letter of recommendation from one of your first semester instructors here at UGA. This can be a faculty member or a teaching assistant, but it must be someone who is currently teaching you in a course at UGA. You'll want to make sure all of these materials are submitted to the Honors College by the deadline, including your letter of recommendation. Applications without a letter of recommendation will not be considered, so it's important to make sure that your instructor submits a letter of recommendation on your behalf by this deadline. As you prepare to apply, here are a few important reminders. When completing your application, make sure to read the instructions for each question carefully. When you are finished, remember to click the Submit button at the bottom of the form. It will then take you to a submission page and you will receive a confirmation email. Please pay close attention to the email address that you enter for your letter of recommendation writer, as this will be the email address that the letter request is sent to after you submit your application. Be sure to enter the @uga.edu email address for your instructor and not the ELC email address. Once you've submitted your application and you receive your confirmation via email, that same email will include a link that you can use to edit your letter writer's email address if needed. Please note that this is a one-time use link, so if you need to make an additional change after using the link, or if you have any trouble with this method, the next step is to reach out to the Honors College. We will be able to enter the correct email address for your instructor and resend the letter of recommendation request. Lastly, be sure to follow the instructions for the required course schedule screenshot. Following these instructions ensures that your screenshot includes all of the information we need to know when we review your application. Here are a few tips for your letter of recommendation. First, you'll want to identify the instructor who will be writing your letter. We recommend that you build strong relationships with your instructors early on by actively participating in class and attending office hours. This will help your instructor get to know what you're interested in, what you like to accomplish, and what your strengths are. Second, you'll want to pick an instructor who you feel knows you well and can speak to your strengths. We recommend building enough strong relationships with your instructors so that you have at least one additional person who would be willing to write you a letter of recommendation in the event that your original instructor is not able to provide a letter. Here are a few ways you can help your instructor write the best possible letter of recommendation for you. First, be respectful of their time. Give them at least 1 month's notice for writing your letter of recommendation. Second, help your instructor get to know you by providing them with any additional information or materials they need or request. This might be a resume, a statement of purpose about why you are pursuing this opportunity, a sample of your written work, or something else. Build a story you want to tell them through your materials and through your actions. And finally, communicate about what to expect. Let them know they'll receive an email from UGA Smartsheet requesting them to submit a letter of recommendation for you. Make sure they're aware of the deadline and provide them with any additional details that would be helpful. Finally, here are a few ways you can help ensure the successful submission of your letter of recommendation. First, enter the correct email address for your instructor on the application to avoid any issues. Second, you can check in on the status of your letter recommendation. You should receive an email once your letter of recommendation has been submitted, but please do not hesitate to reach out to your professor or to us if you have any questions about the status of your letter of recommendation at any time. You will also receive email reminders 2 weeks and 1 week before the application deadline if your letter of recommendation has not yet been received. Ultimately, as the applicant, you are responsible for ensuring a letter is submitted on your behalf by the application deadline. Here are a few important email addresses. honors@uga.edu is the general honors email address. You can use this email if you have any questions about your letter of recommendation. Your instructor may email us via this email address as well. The second email is automation@app.smartsheet.com. This is the email address from which your letter of recommendation request will come. So if your instructor wants to know what email address to look for in their inbox, this is the one. Following these steps helps ensure that you have a fully completed application and letter of recommendation submitted by the deadline. In this next slide, we will cover tips for writing your 3 honors essays. Our first tip is to spend time self-reflecting so you can be intentional about what you would like to communicate in your essays. Consider your unique interests, strengths, values, and how they tie together with this opportunity. what you would like to accomplish at UGA, and your overall goals. Drafting your essays multiple times will help you reach a polished final product that effectively conveys the reason you are applying for this opportunity and who you are as a scholar. Our last tip is to ensure that your essays fit within the word limit that is outlined in the application. If you are writing your essays in a separate document and pasting them into the application, you'll want to take extra care that your essays do not exceed the word limit. We will not be able to accept applications with essays that are longer than the limit. In this section, we will share information about honors resources that are available to all UGA students. Those include the Major Scholarships Office, the Center for Undergraduate Research Opportunities, and the ability to take honors courses. Let's start with the Major Scholarships Office. Major Scholarships Office staff in the Honors College work with any UGA student who's applying to a major external scholarship. They advise them in preparation for those application processes. This could be major graduate scholarships like the Fulbright program or the Rhodes Scholarship, or major undergraduate scholarships like the Goldwater Scholarship or Boren Awards, for example. To learn more about major external scholarships and the services offered by the Major External Scholarship Office, scan the QR code here. Next is the Center for Undergraduate Research Opportunities, or CURO for short. The CURO office supports all UGA undergraduate students who are interested in participating in faculty-mentored research. Through CURO, students can work with professors on research in any discipline and even earn course credit for the time they spend working on research. CURO also offers multiple funding opportunities. One example is the CURO Research Award, which offers over $500,000 in scholarships each year to support semester-long research projects. Another example is the Conference Participation Grant, which students can use if they get the opportunity to present their research at a conference within the U.S. Students participating in CURO research also have the opportunity to present at the CURO Symposium, which happens each April at the Classic Center in downtown Athens. If you're interested in learning more or would like to get involved in research through CURO, their office hosts information sessions each semester. To navigate to their website, scan the QR code on the page. Finally, if certain conditions are met, students who are not in the Honors College may request to take an honors course. To qualify, students must have at least a 3.4 UGA GPA, and there must be available seats in the class by the third day of drop add. Qualified students may send an honors class request to honorsadvising@uga.edu. In this request, please include your name, 81 number, the course subject and course number, and the CRN for the section you would like to join. It is important to note that only students accepted to the Honors College may apply for the Moorhead Honors College graduation distinction. This concludes the Honors First Semester Entry webinar. Thank you for watching, and please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have questions about the Honors College or the application process.